You can either be too strict or too lenient in dealing with your emotions, and by analogy, with your children. I want to go a little more into the lenient way, for that seems to be more of an issue nowadays. Since the 60s, there has been a collective realization that it will not do to suppress your emotions, for then you are stifling your spontaneity and creativity, indeed your very soul. Society will produce disciplined and obedient children who care more for rules than the whispers of the heart, and that is a tragedy for society as well as the individual. But what about that other extreme? What about justifying emotions in such a way that they take over and rule your life? You can very well observe inside you whether there are emotions that you cherish in such a way that you regard them as truth instead of what they really are, explosions of misunderstanding. These are emotions you have identified with. The paradox is that often enough, these are emotions that cause you much suffering. For instance, powerlessness. I can't help it. Control. I'll handle it. Anger. It's your fault. Or grief. Life is miserable. These are all emotions that are painful, but yet on another level, they give you something special to hold on to. Take powerlessness or the victim feeling. There can be advantages to this emotional pattern. It may give you a sense of safety. It releases you from certain obligations or responsibilities. I can't help it, can I? It is a dark corner you're sitting in, but it seems a safe one. The danger of identifying or merging with such an emotional pattern for a long time is that you lose touch with your own true freedom, your innermost divine core. Things may have entered your life path that have justifiably provoked emotions of anger and resentment within you. This may have happened in your youth, later on, or even in past lives. It is very important that you get in touch with these emotions consciously, and that you become aware of the anger, sadness, or any other intensely charged energy within you. But at a certain point, you need to take responsibility for your emotions, for they constitute your reactions to an outside event. Being centered, being in a state of clarity and spiritual balance, means that you take full responsibility for all the emotions that are in you. You can then recognize the emotion of, for instance, anger within you, and say at the same time, this was my reaction to certain events. I surround this reaction with understanding, but at the same time, I intend to release it. Life is ultimately not about being right. It is about being free and whole. It is very liberating to release old emotional responses that have grown into a lifestyle. One might say that it is all about the subtle middle road between suppressing emotions and drowning in them. On both sides, you have been raised with opinions and ideals that are not in accordance with the nature of spiritual alchemy. The essence of spiritual growth is that you do not suppress anything, but at the same time you take full responsibility for it. I feel this. I choose this reaction, so I can heal it. Claiming your mastership, that is what my message is about truly. Perhaps it is not really a middle road, but a different road. It is all about spiritual mastership. In accepting all there is within you, you rise above it and become its master. Mastership is both strong and gentle. It is very allowing, and yet it takes great discipline, the discipline of courage and honesty. Claim your mastership. Become the master of the emotional bits and pieces that torment you often behind your back. Get in touch with them. Take responsibility. Don't let yourself be driven by unconscious emotional hurts that sidetrack you and block your road to inner freedom. It is your consciousness that heals. No one else can restore the power over your own emotions for you. There are no external instruments or means to take away these emotions. It is in becoming aware of them with strength, determination, and compassion that they are released into the light. Becoming whole and free on the emotional level is one of the most important aspects of growing spiritually. I want to finish by saying, do not make it more difficult than it is. The spiritual path is a simple path. It is about love for yourself and inner clarity. It does not require any specific knowledge or any specific rituals, rules, or methods. All things you need for your spiritual growth are within you. At a quiet moment, go to the feeling side of you. Let this feeling side of you tell you what needs to be clarified and cleansed within you. Trust your intuition. Work on it. Believe in yourself. You are the master of your life, the master of your unique path to love and freedom.